Today's episode is brought to you by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Emma Stein with today's Free Press Voice Briefing. It's Wednesday, August 10th, 2022. Jury selection has begun for the Governor Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping retrial. The trial will decide the fates of Adam Fox and Barry Croft Jr., two of the alleged ringleaders of the plot. In the first trial, the jury deadlocked on the charges facing them, which triggered the retrial. Two other defendants were acquitted. The first trial consisted of an all-white jury, but this time a slightly more diverse panel was selected, including two black women and one Hispanic man. Based on the judge's comments, the top priority during the selection process was focusing on mistrust in the government. The judge asked prospective jurors repeatedly how they feel about the government, noting that the case is loaded with controversial issues that include, but are not limited to, Whitmer's response to the pandemic, mask mandates, lockdowns, and an FBI investigation. It's not disqualifying to have heard about the case, the judge clarified, as long as they can set aside what they know and decide solely based on evidence presented in the courtroom.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kristen Shamus. The Michigan Academy of Family Physicians sounded alarm bells this week about falling rates of vaccination for common childhood diseases, such as measles, polio, and whooping cough. Michigan's rate of vaccination for preventable diseases has fallen 6% over the last 2 years. It means that 32% of the state's toddlers are at risk because their immunizations aren't up to date, said Dr. Delicia Pruitt. She's the medical director of the Saginaw County Health Department. She says the problem began with the pandemic, when regular doctor's visits were disrupted, and it was made worse by disinformation about vaccines that spread via social media. Overall coverage in Michigan for the primary childhood vaccine series fell to 68.5% in the first quarter of 2022. That's about a 6.5% drop since July 2019, according to the state health department. Among Michigan adolescents, the recommended vaccine coverage has fallen to 72.9% over the same time period. That's a drop of about 4 percentage points. While it might not seem like much, Dr. Glenn Dragansky, president of the Michigan Academy of Family Physicians, warns that without the protection of vaccines, outbreaks of these diseases are more likely.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department. In news out of East Lansing, a district court judge has ruled that Michigan State is not in compliance with Title IX, the law that mandates equal opportunities for men and women in colleges. This stems from a decision a couple of years ago in which MSU decided to shutter its men's and women's swimming and diving programs. Those directly impacted sued, and the judge ruled in their favor, kind of. While it was determined MSU was not compliant, the judge also said the school did not have to reinstitute the teams. Instead, the judge has given the school 90 days to devise a plan to become compliant. Also, Michigan State has appealed this ruling to the U.S. Supreme Court, who could hear the case as soon as October, perhaps opening the door for new guidelines on how institutions need to operate when it comes to Title IX.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. I'll see you tomorrow.